From the moment of our first encounter, our first connection with Jesus Christ, normally for many at baptism, we are given a goal in life, which is to ever better acquaint ourselves with Jesus and with his teachings, so that we might better imitate him, in particular, in living out his brand of love. That love was revealed, of course, most clearly on the cross, which is the sacrifice of his very life for the good of us all, the believing and the unbelieving, the grateful and the ungrateful, giving all he had without counting the cost to himself, and doing so in order to save us from final death, even though not a single one of us in human history would deserve what he did. So this is why we are asked to worship God in Christ, why we revere him, adore him, are asked to love him above all else, such that we would desire to imitate him. Indeed, all of us who are baptized then are given our overall purpose in life. No matter what else we may pursue or desire to attain or accomplish, we are called to love as Christ loved, such that we will better any corner of this world in which we may be living, and prepare ourselves for a world yet to come, one that God promises is without end. In light of that overall purpose, which gives great meaning and purpose to life, sadly, we see just how far off track human beings can in fact go when they blindly see the overall aim of their existence as primarily to gain and then to enjoy what this world has to offer, rather than living their lives for heaven and all that God has promised. So they can fall into the trap of never being quite satisfied with attaining what is adequate, because indeed they want to pursue abundance, desiring not only comfort in life but luxury, not only satisfaction, but pleasure, not only a good name, but celebrity, not mere security, but abundant wealth. And their appetites and desires know few, if any, limits. Indeed, they end up with a greed for wealth, place, prestige, and power that does indeed become idolatry. Yes, what they truly adore and so spend their efforts to acquire in this world replaces the only worship that is in the end worthwhile, which is the worship of God, whose blessings here are promised to be but a shadow of what he has in store for us hereafter. But many just can't see that. They can't wait for then. They insist on having what they want here and now, whatever it may be. So God, then, is of little or no account in their list of priorities, until, of course, the day comes, as inevitably it does for every human being, when they find themselves in a foxhole of some sort or other, and they realize that the wealth, comfort, prestige, influence, athleticism, or beauty that they worshiped are but empty idols with absolutely no power whatever to save them from death. And only then do they remember God, but not to gratefully worship him, but to desperately call out to him to preserve their lives. This is what St. Paul is warning against in our second reading, his letter to the Colossians, when he refers to the greed that is idolatry, And then in the gospel, Jesus as well condemns the same in his parable about the man who foolishly relied on worldly abundance for his security instead of relying on God. So that is the simple but profound lesson for us, especially as we here in this nation, in this hemisphere, live in a time and a place where abundance in so many things is available and is always tempting to us, where not only necessities but luxuries are attainable. Can we focus on our true purpose in life, which is to share the life of God in Christ by growing in his love, and so be able then to discern that critical difference between passing wealth and lasting wealth, thus worshiping God above all else, even while appreciating the good things available to be enjoyed in this life, but sharing from our good fortune with others if we are so blessed, rather than hoarding everything for ourselves. And indeed, it is by the generosity born of authentic Christian love that we can truly build treasure for ourselves, not only in this passing world, but in that kingdom that is to be without end. And clearly, that is the wiser way to invest, not only for our future security, but for our eternal happiness.